During the live stream, private live stream, I am talking about KDA, not saying very good things about it, but now that I have my thoughts collected, I'll give you a quick like 2-minute video for free YouTube here. And if you want more in-depth stuff, then join either the loyalty tier or the technical analysis tier for YouTube, or join the Discord community, and we can talk. You can just jump on. You can watch me do it live and ask me with your microphone. So KDA, I mean, this is the top. Way up here at 25 bucks. The same bear channel for 566 days. So you can watch me measure this. Here we go. 566, whatever, 570 days. The longer a channel is in time, the stronger the rules are. So the rules are, let me take off even the EMA fill here. The rules are, if you get rejected by, even though this is a descending channel, it could be a horizontal channel, but a channel's a channel. It is this, they're the same rules. If you get rejected by the point of control like this, and then take out your structure of trend, if trend gets broken, it was holding on to this area for a low, which that area was 93 cents about, roughly 92 cents. It has now broken that. It now has to, quote unquote, by the rules of like the laws of physics, it has to touch what I call the 1/4 line, or the next channel line down. And that is under 60 cents. If it just tanks today, it would be right at 60 cents. So if it hit it today, it could avoid going under 60 cents. But if it takes any longer than, if it hits that line by June 1st, no, even June 1st, that's right at, here, let me see. It's gotta hit sub 60. Unless it hits that line very quickly, then it'll still hit 60, 61. But that line has to be hit. That is how price moves. And the longer it takes to hit it, the lower it will go. I'm telling you, that's how price moves with an exceptionally high probability. The only thing that could really save this is if Bitcoin pulls it up. Because if the founders are getting ready to release news and stuff, and again, I don't know anything about the founders. I'm not like founders of any coin in this posturing, not just KDA. I'm not talking bad about KDA, but the founders of whatever coin, if they know they're going to release news, they're holding a lot of the bags. What are they going to do? They're going to sell a lot to hit a technical point, and then they're going to use that money to buy it back and probably be taken on longs on futures if their asset trades on futures. So even if there would be news to pull this up, it will hit that line still. And honestly, that's a good play if the founding team were to trade like that, their own token, because that means they will rely on you less to buy their asset so they can keep their lights on. If they can trade profitably, which probably is illegal, but this is an unregulated stuff, but it technically would help you out as a believer in the asset, not just KDA, but anything, because they won't rely on you to buy their stuff. That's the only reason why these penny stocks, almost all crypto outside of monetary coins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, those are not companies. But almost all cryptos now are securities. Like that is like a fact. Almost all of them, because the people who started the now company instead of a form of money, they started with a portion of the pie. That's a security, just like stocks. No one started with their pie of Bitcoin, ooh, we have all this white paper. No, you got to mine that shit. Fair mine, right? Anyway, and the whole exception to that is the Satoshi 10%. He never touched it. Point proven. Anyway, and that's like 15 years later, right? Or 13 years later. So even if that were to happen, if there were some gracious news, so the whole point of this rant is this. Even if it weren't Bitcoin, or the reason why only Bitcoin could pull this up and out of there without it touching 60 cents is because if there were news to pull it out in the unregulated place, they would be silly not to sell first and then buy it back there. You'd be silly to try it there. And if there's a KDA founder wanting my services, you know how to get a hold of me and join Discord. But that's what they would do, and it would still hit the line. So that's KDA, and it's looking bad. I mean, you should look at this versus Bitcoin. It's horrible. It's even worse than this. It's got so much work to do, folks. I mean, it looks pretty destined to go to like 30 cents. Yeah, 29. Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit 30 cents. I took a fractal from a different exchange, so I know the technical target. I mean, and that's late this year or early next year. That would be my target, is 30 cents. And I remember y'all saying 70 cents is impossible, or it's never going under $1 again. I mean, hopefully one of that person is watching. Like, you know, okay, and so I'm not saying like, I told you so. I'm saying just don't blindly doubt me that hard again. I will be wrong sometimes, but I mean, if I'm saying something that is totally against what you're thinking, just realize I have a better chance of being right than you do. I've been doing this longer, and I'm trying to help. I will be wrong sometimes, but from a statistical basis, if you have the opposite thought that I do on this asset, or hell, even Bitcoin, I have a better chance of being right. I do. I promise. Even though sometimes you will be right and I will be wrong. It's a numbers game. Like, I'm a student of these charts and I know how price moves. I'm really trying to help you. I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back, even though I'm good at it, but I make show off videos all the time. But I'm one of those people who always thought other people were idiots who didn't agree with me in price. Like, there's no way it's going under $1 again. I know, I was that person. I'm trying to get you like to see the light faster. So I'm sorry I don't have good news KDA, but man, this 30 cents looks like it's going to be hit late 2023, early 2024 or lower. 30 cents or lower.